This is my senior project, where my partner Jon Freilinger and I restored and upgraded parts of a three-wheeled Sparrow EV car that hasn't run in 15 years. We were excited to do this project as we got to do something hands-on. This is bigger than just us, as this project can live on and be further upgraded and worked on by future Oregon Tech engineers. I would like to thank Dr. Naga Korivi and Professor Feng Shi for this opportunity to be able to do this project. I would also like to thank our lead engineer Ryan Della for the guidance and help to get this project running again. As well as thank you to Christy and Hallie for the opportunity of Catalyzed Klamath and the memories I made there. Also thank you to my friends that helped me get through the stressful times. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents for putting me in a position where I could go to college and become an electrical engineer. If any future employers are watching this, I would like a job please, and thank you for your consideration. With that, I think we should start this project from the beginning. First time seeing the car.
Nice. Oh. Yeah, you're definitely driving this.
This is beautiful. Oh, look at the wires. Oh my god, I'm so excited, dude.
That's awesome. Oh, can you also send me those too?
There's so many things to fix, so many things to do. Oh.
It's somewhere in here.
Look at this.
We need to find the keys.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, probably. Alright. Oh, this is exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this.
Because once we do the test drive, we have to figure out what the heck we're doing with this thing.
Look at it. Let's go. Come here, get in the frame. Get in the frame. Oh my goodness, this is just fantastic. I'm so excited for this.
Oh man.
Oh, we gotta. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. That last clip you just saw was a month and a half ago. Since then, we cleaned up some of the workshop, but we finally got to work on some of the car today. So, what I forgot, because I didn't grab my camera yet, was we took off this dash and the headlight. So now we have the shell from the old headlight onto the new LED. And then here's screws, you know, and then Allen wrench. So yeah, that's what we took off the dash. That is what holds the light in place. And John here is working on seeing how the batteries fit properly. And right now he's taking off this rack so he can get to the bottom. So today though, my main focus is as we move around the space with our nice door holder, I will be taking off this dash to be replacing the ignition, as we don't have the key for that, so we need a new one. But to do that, we have to take the entire dash off, which means we have to take this entire side panel off. So then we can get access to one bolt right there behind the upholstery, and then we have to take out the steering column, and then we have to take out a ton of screws, and there's like hidden ones behind the vents and stuff. So that will probably be what you will be seeing here, is a time lapse or different moments from that. So enjoy me unscrewing as much as I can. Almost forgot to mention that I want to date these, and today is April 8th. So that is when we are getting started on the dash removal and ignition upgrade. Well, John just found out that that wasn't even screwed in, so that makes his life a lot easier. Oh, there's another one back. There's another one back behind the seat. Alright, you guys are getting moved. Actually, I'm just going to show what we're removing. So, there is one more right back here. Oh, that is a horrible focus. There we go. Yeah, there's one more back here. So, I'm going to get that done real quick. That was probably really close. You guys probably didn't need to see my face that close. But, you get the idea. Oh, there we are. Let's go. Yes. Alright, now we just got this one last one. So we can access one bolt right here for the dash. There we are. Heck yeah. Oh, there's this piece. I didn't even realize there's another one down there. Oh my god, right here. Focus. Oh my god, there's another right there. There, oh, there. Ah! We're good. We're all good. Got that thing. And try. Boop. Don't lose the screw. Yes. Okay. Now that should be yes.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. There we go. We have the piece out. We now have the quarter panel. Well, inside panel. That's not even a driver's door. It's not a door. Actually, I realize now I can put those back. Probably should. But next will be the steering column. Yippee! So, someone made a PDF of actually like removing all this, so that's what I'm following. I will link it in the description because, well, if anyone else works on this in the future, good luck. And we will be documenting all of our stuff, and then I'll put all the documents that we find, including all of the diagrams that we make, the systems for the controller like this, and whatever else we do. So it's a pretty spacious area, if you can tell, especially with long legs. Technically this isn't a necessary step, but I need more space, so it's necessary to me. There is 1 out of 5. In the event case that there is cursing in this video, it shall be bleeped. Or muted. Probably muted, because it's way easier. Oh, and since there's wires I need to disconnect, there is no power in this system. So, we are okay to do so, as there's no batteries, but always take the proper precautions. Oh. There goes the steering wheel. Always make sure there's no electricity running through the system. You do not want an accident to occur. Alright. Cool. Well, one of them was only connected, so there was going to be no horn anyways if this thing was trying to be used. So, next step is 4 Allen head screws. Alright. They are going to be down here where you cannot see. So, let me rearrange. We're hoping it's the same size as the old ones. Yeah, let's go. It was the same size. Thank you, consistency. Alright, so we're taking off the 2 upper and 2 lower. Where is the lower? I have no idea where these other 2 are. Oh, because there wasn't another 2. Huh. Oh, there was. I think. No idea. But there we go. Steering column shown. What's really cool about this car that I haven't seen on anything else is, guess what that is? That's the low beam and high beams for the light. Like, that's such a cool design. Just a foot pedal, like, or a little foot switch. It's awesome. It is held in by 6 bolts is what this is. 1/2-inch sockets, and open end box wrenches. There are 4 bolts that hold the column to the panel, and 2 up inside the panel that attach the vertical tab on the steering. There's only 3. Okay, looks like we need to get an extra one. Move 3 or the 4 bolts holding the column to the panel. Tape the ground wires together on the right rear bolt. So there. And then feel for the 2 bolts with nuts on them and attach the vertical tab to the brace. The bolt are left to right with hex heads on the left. Okay, looks like I need to go find another type of wrench. Alright, we will be back with that. John found me one immediately, so that's easy enough. Alright, there's the 2 ground wires as well with it. Alright, 1 bolt out, 2 to go. Better wrench found for this job. Should have had this from the start, but I didn't think about it until it got hard. Almost out? Almost out. I love the sound it makes when you're going back and forth. One of my favorite sounds. Okay. And just this little bit. There we go. 1 more. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me how these work. Will this thing fall on me? Find out here in a few seconds. No. So, we gotta get all up in here, disconnect some wires apparently, and find a couple more bolts. Wish me luck. Yeah, okay, so it is like right here, but on the backside in the most inconvenient spot that you can have. John did it. Look at that. Problem is there's 1 more.
There's 1 more.
Yeah, right above.
Right above.
Incredible work though. Oh, then we get to take the steering column out entirely.
Yeah, getting my proof that I'm doing something right. Instead of just doing all the calculations.
Hey.
Get your face
Finally got the second one. Nice. That, an hour and a half of trying to get 2 bolts out. Woo! That was brutal, but that top one came out. Now we're gonna need to hammer out the second one because it is stuck in there. It has been a bit. It is now April 15th and we are going to be finally getting the headlight installed, as we have got the adapter for the headlight and we're going to be taking these wires apart and putting it in the new adapter so we can actually plug it in. So that will be that. And then here is, adapter is right here. So now we will be using this. Ooh, come on, focus, thank you. Yeah, so then we're going to plug this in, label it, and yeah, got some stuff to connect it. So yeah, we're going to have it plug into there. So yeah, we got jacks now, so we can get the car up. So then we can start getting these tires off, and since some of them, like this one here on the back, very destroyed, very destroyed. So get that replaced, and then since we have that, yeah, okay. So also, what wasn't shown is we got the drive shaft to finally come down yesterday with the help of Ryan, and yeah, figured out that U-joint can go down. So now I can get the dash off and we can get the ignition off, so, and put the new one in.
Put on the blue one on this tool. But make sure the tool's in. That, boom, front clamped, and I'm going to just do 1 more just for safe measure. That is not going anywhere.
Nope. Good job.
And then you just put shrink tape over it, seal it up, and call it a day. I'm going to do that after I get everything else on.
Yep.
Get it down. Oh, there we go. See? Now that's good. Do it 1 more time just for safe measure. Here. Oh, that's not going anywhere.
All right. Last step.
Shrink tape. And I'm just going to do this for the next 15 minutes.
So, camera was not recording, but we got the new LED installed and the panel is back on, so that is nice. There is a spring back here, a screw here, and a screw here holding it in place, and it's about yay long to hold it in. And then we got our 4 Allen wrench connectors here, and we got the adapter working, so it plugged in beautifully, so that was wonderful. And of course, you know, just camera wasn't on when I thought it was, so that was fun. But here we have the old one here, and yeah, so big upgrade. Looks a lot nicer. I'm really happy with it, so there's that. But all you missed was a lot of screwing, so don't take that out of context. And that voice crack was terrible. Alright, now that me and John got the LED up front installed, it is time to get this dash off, to get the ignition put in, and then start learning what to do with this master brake cylinder that we gotta repair. So that's what John is doing, is trying to understand that system, and I will be getting this off. So, time to get this out and start getting these out. Yeah, we already took out the vents. It took like 2 seconds. It was just a simple pop out. And now it's time to pop out that, get the bolts off, and we're good to go. So let's start on that. So you gotta pop this out, and it's an L-shaped. Oh yeah, that's popping out. Oh, there we go. Yeah, come on. Or not. Okay. A little bit more leverage. There. Think? Oops. Should be good now. Come on. Alright, so I'm trying just to get these 2 out, since that's something I can do. I can't seem to get these vents out just yet. But progress is progress. Onwards and upwards. So there's these 2 out. Sadly, they doesn't just pop out, because we gotta get back here somewhere. And this is just not one to. Can I twist it out? Come on. Just work with me. Look at that. This one twists at all. No, this one's pretty stuck. But we were able to get this one out. So we are halfway there, I think. Sure. Halfway. Go with that. It is April 22nd, and we got the batteries. So I ran to Portland this weekend and got the batteries from our lead engineer, Ryan. And now we are going to be installing the tail lights, as we were able to get the correct LEDs for the outlet. So let's get those installed. All right, that was easy. That one just went in. And second one. Easy enough. There we go. There. That worked. There we go. Okay. Both are in. So we have another thing done. Well, let's go. Let's go. John was able to get the first of the air ducts. And we are doing this because we need to access one bolt in the, that works.
That one wasn't even connected.
Huh.
Perfect. Okay.
So we need to access and bolt right back in there on each side. So now we have those out.
Right?
Getting this dash off. There we go.
Nice.
Oh, you want to know something exciting?
What?
There isn't one on the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness.
Let's go. Look at that.
Hand me that. Oh my god. We did it. We did it. Finally, we are back behind the dash. Look at that beauty of wires. Exciting! We can get the ignition in. Get the right one. Dark brown goes to ACC.
ACC.
Yeah. The light brown that says 300 volts on it is for the last one, which would be the ignition.
There we go.
Woo!
Let's go.
For real, let's go.
Can you see the John hole in there?
Look at this bad boy. Heck yeah. Now to put the new one in. And how does it look? Woo! We are keyless. Oh, I've been keyless the whole time. But not too bad, not too bad. Sweet. All right, time to get the new one in. All right, we have gotten this in. So now we need to wire it right back up.
Was light brown batteries?
There's 2 light browns.
Oh, 2 light browns.
There's 2 light browns, one that's labeled and one that's not labeled. The labeled 300 is for the ignition. We have done it. Got that in. Got it in. Let's go. Whew. Got the key in. And it turns, baby. Let's go. Woo! Today is April 29th, and we are done with Catalyzed Klamath. So, talk about that here now. Catalyzed Klamath is a business pitch competition that Jon and I signed up for as we were working towards gaining access to the lab that the Sparrow car was sitting in. They aim to support business ideas and entrepreneurial activity from any field of study that produces a new idea, product, or service that can become a thriving business in Klamath Falls and has the potential for job growth in rural Oregon. We wanted to take this idea of repairing electric vehicles and make it a business. We prepared for months working with many members of the community and school to make our pitch as good as possible through Catalyzed Klamath. I would like to thank Christy and Hallie again, as they're the ones who put so much time and effort into the competition for the last 10 years. It helped me develop skills in communication and business that I would never have dreamed about as an engineer. And I am truly grateful for this opportunity and the people I met during this event. Take it away, Mark.
Our next presentation is from Off-Grid EVs.
Hello, I'm Jon Freilinger. I am a renewable energy engineer. I'm a senior.
And I'm Jordan Thielke. I'm a senior in the electrical engineering program.
We are Off-Grid EVs, bringing big services to a little Klamath. Oh, sorry. What do? We fix EVs. Off-Grid EVs is a local business focused on reliable repairs, efficient upgrades, and sustainable solutions.
I fell in love with EVs back when I was in middle school with Tesla, and from there, it made me the engineer that I am today, and made me want to go into electrical.
I always hello. Okay. Always love EVs because they're efficient and environmentally friendly. Oh, sorry. We are a local repair shop that will focus on EVs repairs and the conversion market. Our key benefits will be fixing and enhancing EVs efficiently and eco-friendly, providing a local providing a local service in Klamath.
We got the honor of working with a local business with Woodsy's Kitchen in their pub bike, and we got to give our first quotation service on what we would do to repair and upgrade this vehicle. And it was great to work with the community. And this is our senior project, Pepe. This is what we got to work on and start working with EVs. And what we wanted to do with this was upgrade its current light system. And we got to replace the ignition actually this week because we didn't have the keys. So we had to make new ones. And then from there, we wanted to upgrade the battery system so that would go from about 40 miles per charge to about 150. So what we want to do is complete our current project and graduate. And from there, we'd want to establish a service hub where you could bring your car to us. And then from there, we would want to explore an off-campus location where we can have our own garage and work from there. And here's some data to back up what we want to do, where we would convert from gas to EV, where we'd see it would cost about 6 to 20 grand. And then from there, it'd be 60% more energy efficient compared to gasoline. And then lead acid lithium is what we're currently doing with our car. So we would see that would cut energy waste up to 30% while providing a much longer charge. And it would be great to do. From there, we see that there is a growing market within even our Klamath County with 500 plus EVs this year. And then with that demand that we see, we would see that more services would be needed to provided to the area. And there's about 150,000 EVs across Oregon alone right now. So.
Hello. Okay, to understand our competition, we have our local repair shops. The closest one is in Medford. It's still an hour away. And okay, it's an hour away, and it will cost you a lot more money for towing. Than having it locally sourced here where we all live. Our next competition is our Tesla service centers. They're both in Portland and Southern California. Both have the same problem, but what we bring to the table, we can actually get certifications for your Teslas and services here instead of having you travel 6 hours and paying $5,000 in towing. And then same goes with Portland. It's the same location. And our last competitor would be our DIYs and independent mechanics. Our target markets will be current EV owners. We have 500 EVs currently, so we have a good number to start with. Our local businesses will be Amazon, DoorDash, Woodsy Kitchen, and then our fleet operators could be school buses, semis, yeah. And our last target market would be EV enthusiasts and the conversion market.
And it seems like we need to get into the snow industry with the last two presentations earlier today, that we might need to find a niche in that as well. And what we see with our market potential is that we see a void within rural Oregon and Northern California. So we want to fill that void from Portland to Sacramento, where we could be that medium point for your repairs and conversions. And then services that we want to provide, these are estimates of costs, where we would have 10 to 20K for the battery that you can replace due to the fact that batteries are going out about every 8 to 10 years. So we would need to have those replaced. And we estimate that it'd be about $100 per hour per labor. And then for our senior project that we're working on currently, that would be about 30 hours. So about $3,000 for labor costs for this estimate if we were being paid. But we're not, because we're doing it for a senior project. So what we want to do is also controllers and inverters. What are those? Those make the motor run at efficient temperatures and voltages, so it lasts longer and more efficiently for the environment and for your range. And with that, we are the niche that is the sophisticated controllers, because these are higher level electronics that you can't do at a normal repair shop.
So our big ask, if we would have won, we would use the money to buy initial tools and start with smaller vehicles to repair and then sell, and then build rapport with our customers. Thank you.
Thank you for your passion for the EV vehicles. You mentioned Tesla in your presentation. Are there any certifications or business licenses you have to obtain from the various EV companies to be able to certify and be able to provide the repair?
Yes, we do have to. That would be our first goal if we start down this road of getting this idea up and off the ground. Is the first thing we do is get that Tesla certification, do the growing market, and that would start our income, is working on those, and then whatever other vehicles, like you saw with the Pepe vehicle, with the pub bike from Woodsy's Kitchen, those are also EV vehicles that we'd work on. Eventually, golf carts could be electric. I mean, there is electric golf carts, but we could be the ones that you bring them to work on.
So you mentioned a rather large range of area for target market. Obviously, sometimes when an EV needs repair, it doesn't run. Obviously, you can't drive it to you. Have you guys given any thought or consideration when you guys were developing your business plan into a mobile service where you're going to the EV instead of the EV coming to you?
We have actually got a lot of questions today about that exact thing, and I wasn't really aware of how big the mobile market was until I got like 5 people talking about it today alone. So now that is something I definitely want to expand into, and that would actually probably coincide with another project that we have to work on for another class, which would be a battery trailer, which I'd like to design to have like big battery banks within it, and then have a fast charger on it, so you could get a little bit of juice in it, maybe get it on a trailer, and then tow it to us, which then we would be closer than any Portland shop or even Eugene. So, thank you. Any other questions? Are we good?
I just have a couple real quick questions. One, you mentioned batteries have to be replaced every 8 to 10 years. Are there other things on EV vehicles that have to be replaced periodically, a certain number of miles or years?
Usually they go hand in hand, like the controllers and inverters that would go with that initial battery. That would go with the battery, because we want to make them fresh. Like you've heard, BMW does that thing with the sparks, with the spark plugs, where they work with it as they deplete, the voltage gets higher. We'd probably want to do that with these new batteries, as you would want them to be most efficient. So we'd probably do it ourselves as well. So that would be, we need to replace. We wouldn't be replacing your tires or anything. No, we'll leave that to Les Schwab. They're the experts there. So we'll stick to the electronic components such as the batteries, the motors, and the battery management systems.
So just to be a little more specific, so I'm a car guy, but I've never had an EV vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I've been in one, maybe once.
Well, if we get ours working, maybe you want to take a ride.
Right on, yeah, I'll ride in that green thing, whatever it is. Yeah, sit in the back or something. But
there is no bag; it's just one.
So I understand how cars work. I'm a car guy. I own lots of older cars and that sort of stuff. I understood, or at least maybe this is wrong, but that EV vehicles don't break as often. There's not a lot to them. There's an inverter, there's a controller, a computer, a battery, and a motor. Right? Is that true? I mean, is there a big enough industry here, a big enough market for this to be viable for you?
That's why we would expand in the Tesla market. That would make that market big enough, because currently we're working on niche vehicles. So we'd want to expand that business. That's why we'd also want to expand into other types of EV vehicles that wouldn't just be your typical car. That's the big thing, is that we wouldn't just want to be in a car.
And also, we are also looking into the conversion market, turning your old 1960s pickup truck into electric. So you got multiple options there too.
And then it made me think of in 7 to 10 years, we'd like to expand to making our own EV vehicles, such as luxury golf carts. That would be fun. Apparently, we should make electric snowmobiles, is what I'm feeling from tonight. I think that's something I need to research a bit. Yeah, the cat skis, make our own electric one. It could be.
Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Today's plan is we want to get the master brake cylinder in. We want to get the dash put back together, and we want to try and get the wheels replaced. So you'll see that here now.
To just get to the brake cylinder. Yeah, fun. It's a 4 Phillips. Remember where these cords go?
We in fact did not, and spent an hour and a half troubleshooting why we didn't have throttle input.
They're kind of different, but you know. What's this? This one can move,
Sweet.
so we can just either unhook it, leave it there, doesn't matter. So I think that's gonna suck so much.
We'll get it then. We'll get it.
The whole wire's underneath it.
And side thing here, we are getting signed up for Idea Fest, so that'll be fun. Right now we're trying to fix one of the tubes within the air vent system, so that's what John is doing here.
The hot air actually melted the tubes together.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep.
Quick change of plans. We are going to be putting the dash back together since we don't have all the equipment we need for the brake cylinders. We need a syringe to get the liquid out. So we are going to be getting that dash put back in. First up, we want to get the bolts back in the door. So we're just going to be cleaning up all of the random screws that we have and get everything put back together. So let's get on with that. Idea Fest is where students and faculty get to show off projects they've been working on throughout the year, and it's like a big science fair, and I'm really looking forward to it. As of the time of recording, we have a week to go as of today, so being May 30th of 2025. So looking forward to Idea Fest. Oh, let's go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. It is.
Oh.
Line up.
Nice.
Okay, so. Okay, got that one started. Tiny bolts are a lot to work with there. But
Right.
we got the precision. We will be getting a replacement one of these for the other side. We just want to get we only had 3, so we wanted to get the one back in the hidden left vent instead of having just the 2 exposed to yourself. We got a replacement for that. Alright, this is now back. Alright. Sweet. Alright, air vents to get back in. That is on there. Work with me, come on. Come on. Ah, yes. Yes. Oh, that was. There we go.
There we go.
Everything's a hammer.
Right.
Even your own palm. Grab the vent. This back in. Boom. We have air vents again.
Let's go.
Sweet. Realize we can clean up another piece on the ground real quick. So that's what we wanted to get back in. But it looks a bit more like the original. Perfect. Lines up. Exactly what you like to see. Going to do the other side that you're not going to be able to see. So we will cut to when that is in. Got that back in. But guess what? Found this little area down here. We found some more like stuff. So I'm gonna see if this, I think this one is for the rear tail lights. So I'm gonna see if that fits real quick because there was one missing. So perfect. Things you love to see, it fits perfectly. So time to get that in. hold that for the audience who wants to watch this. So now we have all 4 in. Perfect. That couldn't have been a better find. All right, with that installed, let's get this back in. Getting the front bolts in. We're still gonna need one more of these, as somehow there was a missing one, which I don't really understand how there was a missing one on the front, but who knows what people did in the past, but I just know that we're gonna replace it now. So, all right, get this tightened in. I'm gonna leave the top right one so that will be easy to install later when we actually get the hex bolts. And they are 1/2 inch and they're 1 inch long for these front 4. Oh man, this inch feels super long. Jeez. There we are. All right. So lucky for us though, we do have the washer for the 4th one. So we just need to actually get the hex bolts. So, bada bing, bada boom. All right, back from lunch. So let's get these plugged back in. Right, lined up. There we are. Plugged back in. Perfect. What is that? Is not this plug. That's for sure. Where is the other plug? There it is. It is in the back here. So let's line this up properly. Yellow the yellow. There we are. That is plugged back in. Perfect. So now, let's get the steering wheel back on and get the horn wired back up. And then we'll also get this cover back on as well. It works. Woo! Thank goodness. I would have been really sad if that didn't work. Getting the final last tighten onto it. Alright, I think that's pretty good there once you get that last couple turns. That will not be going anywhere. And does the steering wheel still work? Yes. Yeah. We actually put it on where that is being straight. Actually, it's straight on the tires. Wow. Go us. It is May 1st, and since we got the dash back together on the 30th, we will be now doing this. So, we want to drain the master cylinder so then we can start getting the new one in. So, we'll just hop right in. There we go. We're getting some type of fluid now.
Okay, so let's do this. Now, grab that Phillips. Can I keep that on? Nope. Okay. Set that right there. And get those out of the way. Okay, so yellow is on this side and white's on this side.
All right, white is the one closer to the front.
Yes. Come on. Take that out. And take that out. I'm gonna need scissors.
You need to cut the wire?
No, the zip tie.
Oh, like, I don't think we need to cut the wire. But yeah, no, zip tie.
Right. There. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this whole thing off. Ooh, lovely. Who doesn't love all that gunk?
Though I will say, it's not as bad as working on like an engine, so we don't have that much dirt.
This is why we're going into EVs, right? No.
Yeah, cleaner.
Yeah.
In both the environment and the engine bay.
Let's go. Oh,
Oh,
there he goes.
let's go. Good job, John.
Just had to find the right widthness so I can turn it. Okay. Okay. It did turn. Oh, I just have to.
Nice.
There you go. And
It's connected on that top nut.
yeah. Get a tiny one.
Yeah, so now we just gotta get rid of that one.
Oh, jeez. Oh, there we go. Hasn't been taken off in, what, 12 years?
Probably since it was
Built?
built. So 2000, what, 4? 3?
4, 3, 5.
One of those years.
There we go.
Alright, got that piece off to the side. Now we got much better access to the reservoir and the cylinder. And I think it'd be towards us, towards the front.
Oh, yep, you're right. Oh, come on.
Now I gotta get it off.
Yeah. Oh, God. Not bad.
No, not so much goo. Maybe hold
How the
anything back.
heck did they even get it in?
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, wow, this is very close knit and compact. Like, how did they get it in? Oh, there we go. And we need that anyways for the new one.
Yeah.
I love how massive these wrenches are. Like, dude, that's a unit. This is a unit of a wrench, man. All right, so what did you find, John?
So, this is going to be way easier than I thought. We're just going to grab this guy and the top guy right there, using this, actually, to make it easier, and then have someone up front hold it.
We got two of these out where they go on that right there. So one there, one up here. And that one was a pain because of how we had to get to it from under the underside of the dash. So luckily we didn't have to take off the dash. So boom, got those two out. Now to get the big boy out. It's just that last one that you're working on now. Nice.
Okay. Is that wire just stuck somewhere?
There's a bottom side one, huh?
No, it's the middle.
Yeah, the bottom middle, isn't there?
Yeah.
So, it's
Oh, it's right here. Plunger. Can you just pull it out, or
I don't know.
is there a? Is it the?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't done this before.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
No, I was just being silly.
Okay.
Nice.
So what lines are still just that?
Ooh, yummy.
All right, look at this.
We got it
Wonderful.
out. We need to replace that.
Yep.
Maybe get a new piece for that.
Yep. I think we do need that new piece before we install.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll figure out what to do
this
there.
place.
Yep. Just a bit of fluid. Well, there. Yeah. Yeah. Go, John. Though. It is May 6th, and we are back at it with the brake cylinder. So we're gonna try to get off this piece in John's hand, so we can put it on the new one. And if that doesn't work out, then we need to go get a new one. And if that doesn't also work out, then we are going to be getting the tires off. So we will be replacing the tires today, most likely, if we can't get that off, since it had electrical fire a few years ago. So it has kind of soldered itself on. I'm going to be on your right. If we see right there, focus. Yeah, if we see right here, there was a bit of a fire. So if we can't get that off, then we're gonna get the tires going.
Yeah. Well, we're not too worried about this thing breaking just because we got a new one.
Yep.
I think it's this way. Yep.
Wow,
So
something.
happy that.
Well, is it coming out?
Oh yeah, it's coming out. Yeah.
Wonderful. Woo. Sweet. So we can get working on the new one,
Does this come
and we'll
out?
still probably do the tires.
Right?
So yeah, we will install this into that piece, and then put everything back together. So easier said than done, but gotta do what you gotta do. We want to get this thing running. I don't know. Is it just a cover?
I think that's just a cover.
Oh wow, it really was.
Yeah, that's just a cover.
And then that, yeah, I was gonna say, there's no way Allen wrenches held a tire in place.
No, that's just a cover. I thought the cover was like attached or something.
That's what just grabbed the case.
Yeah, just grab the case. And
Honestly, a metric too.
contract.
I don't trust them not using other pieces. Since we've had to use the 11, the half, the 3/8, the 4 Allen wrench, and now whatever this one's gonna be.
3/3.
3/3. Alright. What? Wouldn't that just be.
3/4.
I was gonna say, I'm like 3/3 is 1.
It's one, John. What are you doing?
3/4. Alright. So now we have another one added to the roster of different bolts.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you good?
Yeah.
Damn. A lot of force right there. That's a man's strength right there if I've ever seen it.
Okay, there we go. Luckily, there's only 4, right?
Yep. Good thing there isn't 5, yeah. There you go. Good job, man. Yeah. You can hear the tires slowly lifting. Perfect.
Everything else is freaking.
Yeah. But that's off the ground, so that's what we needed. Now just to get it off. And
Okay, thank you.
beautiful. Show it off for the camera, John. Yeah. You're a star.
Right?
All right, let's get this over to Les Schwab and get it replaced.
Should I just keep it pointing forward or?
Wherever you want, just record what you see. Get the wheels done Thursday, have a meeting with Ryan, see if we can get the brake cylinder in as well.
That's cool.
Look at this seat, newest building on campus.
Oh,
What?
here's 2 Les Schwabs aren't there.
Which one did you call?
Oh, that, I'm pretty sure it's that
I
one.
had you call the top one.
The top one? Okay, maybe.
I don't know. I didn't know that there was 2.
I didn't know either.
Then what are you saying if you didn't know there's 2?
No, yeah.
What?
You
confusing me.
Oh,
You're scaring me, John.
yeah, I don't know. We'll go through this one first. I didn't know the 2 phone numbers were the same because they had it on my account with
Well,
them.
if they're the same number, then
It should be fine, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know where you ordered them to.
I know. We find out. We find out.
Alright, we're on more of an adventure than I thought. Well, we'll see which one you called.
Right?
Alright, not gonna record in there because that would be rude. So,
Okay.
well, it was at the other store. So,
Yep.
we gotta go over there. So, back to another travel montage.
Travel montage.
Fun fact, Klamath is a high desert, so we're technically just living in a desert.
Yeah.
And if you look at the mountains to our right here, you know, you can kind of see.
See the desert. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of just dry and hot, and still got evergreens though, so gotta enjoy that.
This whole video is just going through Klamath, you know? Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. Another welcome to Les Schwab 2.
Les Schwab 2. Not as cool as the Les Schwab 1, but it is a Les
Hey,
Schwab.
if it has our tires, I will not complain.
Right?
Alright, John, we have gotten the tire for the first 1 of 3. Get the other 2 in a couple days, you're getting top of me. So, yeah. 1 down, 2 to go. Get it back on and call it good. Yeah.
So, this is part of the brake master cylinder. It's the fitting. We got this type of piece off. The mechanic shop did it for free, which was very nice. So we're just going to screw this on and then put the rest together.
It is May 8th and we are continuing with the tires and the brakes since we got the tires in today as the other 2 needed to come in. And then we are going to get the brake cylinder in as well since we got that piece apart. So
I just need to put it on a little bit.
Yep. No.
And then we tighten it once it's on the ground.
Yep. Time to get the backside jacked so we can get this very flat tire off. And now just to find a jack point.
That's tire.
Keep going forward a little bit. There you go. Oh, no, back up a little bit. To your right. Or, well, straighten it out, like pull the, yeah, there you go. There, and then, yep.
Oh, you know what?
There we go. There. All right, with John's dad taking a second tire to Les Schwab for us, really grateful for that. We are gonna start with the bench bleed with the new cylinder and get the new and get the old piece on for the new one.
A little bit more here.
Yeah, because I did this.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what I did last time.
Guess we didn't need the clearance. Let's go.
I would not have thought it was narrower that direction than the other direction by looking at it.
Yeah.
But evidently it is by 1/4 of an inch, which is all that we needed.
Yeah.
Winning.
Jesus.
How did you get this? You made it look so easy, low key.
You just got man strength. I have boy strength, apparently. Jesus. Okay, I loosened that one. That's for sure.
You got
Yeah. Oh my. That wouldn't even budge with me standing on it. Dude, you got just true strength.
Right. Okay. If you want, you can unloosen those.
Yeah, you can. You deserve the break.
The last tire.
Oh, probably need.
No, you just line it up.
Oh no, I didn't know if it was too low or not.
There you go.
I will have you do the fun tightening as you have the incredible strength.
Look at that.
Look at that beauty. Ah, fresh rubber. Ow, I just smacked my head on that.
This is sweet.
Oh, look at that. A non-deflated tire. Beautiful. Oh yeah, I love it. This makes me feel phenomenal. Today is May 13th, and we are gonna get the last component installed with the master brake cylinder before Ryan gets here on Friday to help us install the batteries and the rest of the controller components. So, let's get right into it.
Yeah, right. We're going to put the plumber's tape on the splitter and then putting it on here. Okay, that's good.
Not going anywhere.
Nah, that's not going anywhere.
Hopefully it never moves again.
I think. Just like that.
Looks good.
Yeah, sure.
Little fun fact, we actually had to take it apart 3 different times because of how we had to install the hoses to the actual cylinder itself. But I'm only going to make you guys see it once. But yeah, we had to, first we put it in, and then we're like, oh, how do we get the hose on the left side? So then we had to make it where we put the hose on the left side first, and then put it in, and they're like, oh wait, we gotta get the bottom one and the other one on the other side. It's just, yeah, so we had to do it 3 times. But you'll see it just once.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take a break. I'm getting lunch.
Fair enough.
You know, let's do that.
Today is May 15th, and let's finish getting that master brake cylinder in and bleed it. What's the plan, John?
So the plan for today, we're going to take this off and then put the 2 brake lines on first, these 2, and then the 3rd one right here because it's hard to align, and then get the bolts align here and then fill it up with the fluid, and I forgot we find one later, but that's the plan for getting it on.
Sweet.
Yep. Because, you know, I think Comrade might have not a drip pan. What is
Funnel?
it? What?
Are you talking about funnel?
Funnel, thank you.
I'll get back into the car.
I need to line this up.
There we go. got all 3 hoses installed. So now we have this one here, the one under, and the one on the backside as well, right? Yeah, there's 2 right there. Sweet.
Oh, okay, so we're going to start bleeding the brakes and filling the brake fluid. We have to start from the furthest away from the brake cylinder, which is this motor, this tire right here. And then we will do this guy. This is the second and then the closest. There we go.
Yep. Wow, he's flying. He's flying. Pedal to the metal. Do the honors.
Nothing leaking so far?
I do not see a leak.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't see any leak. Oh. God.
Okay, so
My heart rate is up like 20 right now. I'm actually like so nervous for this.
And you're gonna start pumping it again. We're gonna do that.
Okay, so
5, 6, 7, 8, 9
so
times.
pump, 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 and then hold.
Pump, pump, pump until you feel some firmness build up. Hold.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the valve. Your foot's gonna go all the way to the floor.
Okay.
Bottom out. I'm gonna say floor. I'm gonna close it. You're gonna pump up again.
Okay.
And we're gonna repeat this process basically until I tell you how it's gonna work.
Sounds good. All right. Tell me when to start pumping.
Now.
Okay.
Now you have some firmness.
I mean, it's already kind of firm. Okay, now it's getting a bit more firm. So hold.
Hold. Floor.
No. Oh, there we go. Now on my floor.
Let off.
Okay.
I said don't let off.
Oh.
okay, there we start.
Okay.
Okay, so tell me when you hit the floor.
Okay.
Don't let off until I tell you to.
Okay. I thought you said let off. Sorry.
Don't
okay.
let off.
All right.
Pump it up again.
Okay.
So you get it as firm as you can get it, and let me know.
All right. All right. Okay. Floor.
Okay, pump again.
Pump again.
Yep.
Okay.
Firm again.
Floor. Oh, definitely getting tighter. And then, okay. Floor.
Okay. Go again. This is the messy way of doing it.
Right.
If it works, then you make it work.
To my future kids, your dad did used to do cool things. I promise you that. I would give a bit more clearance on a couple things on this thing if I designed it.
That is almost every damn vehicle you will ever touch in your entire life. Half inch more clearance here and there on 90% of the vehicles you'll ever see would make a world of difference when you work on it.
It is May 16th and we are ready to start troubleshooting and getting these batteries in. And our lead engineer Ryan has arrived, so if you want to say hi.
Hello.
And yeah, so we have a lot of tools and we're going to be charging the batteries up so they're full and start seeing what's up with the car with the controller as well. Okay,
You want to learn a little bit about what these things are? Let's back together. So, in this car, like a lot of these things aren't described or noted real well, but we can put labels on things as we go. I like little things like this. Like this goes to a horn that's inside the fender. Here, these are wires that go to the charger for a temperature sensor. These go to a circuit that runs cooling fans that circulates air through both of the battery packs while it's charging. This spot here is for a water bottle
It's for this thing, yeah.
It's for the
the washer fluid reservoir.
The washer fluid reservoir, because that's a regulatory requirement for vehicles with a windshield. Is you have to have a windshield wiper and you have to have a way to wash the windshield. So the car, the way the shape of the windshield works, like it never needs the windshield, but to pass the law, it has to have a windshield wiper. So
I don't actually think it goes that.
it's in pretty good shape. It goes all the way up to here, it goes straight up, so it's a 90-degree windshield wiper. Then over here, you've got your so one cable here. This goes to the throttle. This is a potentiometer signal. This one is an on-off switch that sends a signal to the controller that the throttle is open. It effectively gives you two signals that say my throttle is closed and to go to idle. Then these two, this one is an oil level sensor for the brake fluid. This one is the throttle switch. This is a pressure switch for running the brake lights. And then this box is a custom box from Corbin that does all of the inputs and outputs for the car. And it's what runs all of the dashboard components. So it's got the lights on the dashboard, it's got the speedometer, it has, it's the brains for the machine. There's two of them. There's one here and there's one in the back that we can talk about that. But let's see what else is in here. This is a high voltage DC contactor. This is for running the resistive heater that's in the car. It's one of those things that your car, because it has a windshield, also has to have a defroster. But they're notoriously power hungry, and you don't really need it because they're miserable cars to drive when it's raining out.
Raining, snowing, whatever.
So I always disable them and just unplug it so that the coil never closes. And then, like right now, if you were to turn the car on, the switches are in the on position, so it would try to turn the heater on, which would probably not be good.
Well, I guess we turn those off, right?
Yep. There you go.
All right. Time to get all these hooked up.
They are the core to the entire car, so it's what makes the contactors close. It's what runs the lights, it's what runs everything. So I have a spare one of these with us.
Oh, good. Because I see there was a heat sink, but you just said there wasn't no airflow in there. How it will take the heat.
Yeah.
Feel it, but it's probably the wood. Coefficients, body size, 15.
It's an Ethernet cord for comms from here to here. Alright.
Yep. And then everything's connected to that's probably the ground, I guess.
Well, that's what we're going to work on here. Is we're going to do what's called defang the car. So we're going to make sure that the high voltage ground is separated from the low voltage ground. This was something the cars did when they were new to deal with bugs in the electrical system. They would just bond them together. And it gave them places to put negatives when they shouldn't. And so we're going to make sure that there was a modification that was done to separate the two. That was done by the factory, and we just need to make sure it was done on this car, because this car was delivered late in the program. So this is a 1.8. What number is that there?
5.
185. So this is car number 185 that was off the line.
Mm-hmm.
They built 250 of them.
So yeah.
But this one, it was built before they defanged the cars. So that's probably why the arc happened in the front electrical cabinet, because somebody had a loose wire and it touched the master cylinder for the brakes, and that's connected to...
I was told someone dropped a wrench.
That's not a wrench.
Yeah, but...
Either way, it touched to the master cylinder, and we're going to make sure that that never happens again. So here's the liquid cooling reservoir for the power controller, for the motor controller. We're going to mount it right in front of the cooling, or for the air vent here. There's a gap between here, so the air vent won't be covered, but the bolt holes perfectly line up. So it's nice and easy. You'll be able to see the water level, and we'll get the lines looping through like they should.
Alright, what we're doing is we're finally getting this reservoir in. Just got this screw back in with Jon's immense talent on the other side here. Say hi to the camera.
Hello.
Look at this man, he's got so much talent. It's oozing out of him. It's awesome. Now, we're going to get the other one in. So, there is the second one in. Alright, wonderful. Now, to get that all installed.
Now we need to find a nice place to put 2 holes, which we'll probably put them like here and here, and we'll just loop the hose right around and right into there.
Alright, that works then.
So we gotta find a drill bit that's big enough for that hole, and then find a place to put it. So like the fast way to do this is to take all of mine and put them in.
Yeah. But we have our own.
But if you have your own, then I can take mine home and then I don't have to come back.
As long as they're safe and we're good to use them. All I care about.
That'll be safe. So the trick is to always do covers first. You always forget them. And once you print the end on,
You just got no covers on.
no covers, it's no bueno. And then there's a positive and a negative.
Okay, so it does matter.
Yeah, all battery terminals matter. So there's a big one and a small one. It says P, it says M.
Okay. I'm finding that. Like, just to have a thicker wire, so to just put a bunch of wires together.
Yep. Each conductor carries their own. Make sure there are no stragglers. So 600 volt heavy duty welding cable, minus 50C to plus 105C. Perfect. One down, 11 to go. See, it's got the glue coming out of the inside.
Oh yeah.
So that means it's gonna, when it cools, it'll glue the heat shrink into place in addition to the mechanical force that it has. So there you go, first one.
It is May 17th, the next morning, and we're just gonna get right back to it with the water pump and the wires for the battery. So let's go right into it.
How to mount this water pump. No wood.
Yeah.
You're smarter than that. So I moved the inlet port for the water pump to the bottom.
Okay.
And then I'm thinking about mounting the water pump down here so the hose comes kind of like this. But I'm not quite sure. The other option is to mount the water pump like here, but that it needs to be below, down low, so that it's self-priming. So if the water level is above the pump, there's pressure and water going to it. Otherwise, it needs to move air, prime itself, and that's not very helpful. We mount it here, and it goes out of the bottom and then into here.
So this is the hose created for the bottom side of the water pump.
So there's get them lined up straight, and you have to get the hose to rotate, the thread to line up. Because these are all sealed with O-rings, we don't have to like torque it. You just gotta torque spec. It's tight but not too tight. All this cooling system is for is just to take the heat out of the acceleration. It'll heat up a little bit just to keep the power electronics on this little box at a stable temperature.
Where do we want to lead this wire?
It's going to go right down next to this one.
Right, cool.
We're just going to take this one. We're going to go like this. Take all your jewelry off. No rings, no watches, nothing that can complete the circuit.
We are okay. I don't have it. All right, we are starting to put the batteries in.
shape. You don't have good engagement on your post. All of the current ends up going through one little spot. Hot spots on your terminals, and that reduces your range and heats up your batteries.
Very suboptimal.
Correct. So this is where the charger connects. This is the negative terminal for the traction battery. So this is the wire for the charger.
Okay.
And the red one is the positive that terminates on here. It goes to an Anderson plug on the front end of the car. There. Okay, so now I've got four batteries connected in series with each other. So what kind of voltage am I dealing with right here?
48 or?
That's it. Only 48 volts.
I don't know why I thought that was a trick question at first.
No?
That's just 12 times 4.
And then the big red button sits between 3 and 4.
So it cuts it from what, 156
Actually, no,
to 72?
No, it doesn't. It sits between 9 and 10. So you have like 100 and something in the front, and 48 in the back.
Oh, I see. 10, 11, 12, 13 are still here, but
Yep.
and then 1, 2, 3, 1 through 9. So we cut off from the button.
Yep, but it splits the path.
If you want to explain how you're able to touch it safely, you know, now that you have the last.
Well, so I'm only touching. So the voltage potential between these two is 0. So I'm connected with a wire. Anything above. Depends on the. There's a lot of conditions that kind of dictate when you need to be careful about touching things for safety. But it has to do with like how moist it is and how moist your skin is, and so the best thing to do is when it gets to this point, now it's time to only touch it with one hand. And when you only touch it with one hand, then there is no electrical path through your body, point to point. So when we start working on the front where the voltage is higher, you'll see me use one hand for a lot of things instead of two hands like you might see right now. I'm just gonna check my terminals, make sure I didn't forget one. I'm just seeing if they turn. So if they turn, that means they're loose.
And you'll never suspect you're sitting on 7 batteries if you don't know.
That's right.
And time to get the 6 into here. So 2, 3, and then 1 in the frame.
Actually, I'm going to do this first one. So I need to find the 8 to 7, or 8 to 7 wire.
Is there any difference between the make of the N and the P? I just was curious.
The post sizes are different.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That way you can't put
Accidentally put the wrong one on.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're connecting it to a circuit that's like on a car, for example, like the battery's live and there's no disconnect for it, so it's designed to prevent you from putting it on backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People still find ways to do that. This is 7. This is 8. Minus 7. better. I like this way better. Then we do 7 to 6.
Yep, 6 on the black, 5 on the red.
Yeah. But it goes underneath. It says, I have it written on here, but it goes under the water tube. Alright, so we go 6 minus to 5 plus. But it goes this way.
The battery chargers we saw.
The battery charger? Oh, it sits right here. So there should be a bracket that it sits on top of.
Okay.
Six to 5. That's good. Here she comes. There she is. Okay, so this is. We're gonna leave that one for last. Now we're going to go 5 minus to 4 plus. When we're talking about high voltage safety, now that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 batteries in a row, you've got 60. The possibility of connecting this wire here to this terminal here, because my big red button is open, shouldn't be a problem. But if it were closed, there could be voltage across here. And so when we're working inside of a battery, we always use insulated tools. And these tools are rated for protecting the person working on and around the battery so that they don't become part of that circuit. So in this case, we're going to go from number 5 minus here. Got 5 there on the wire. Minus for black. We're going to check for corrosion. This one's missing a nut, so we need to find a quartz nut. I'll have to make one. Okay. All right. Now, before we make this last connection, I'm going to get my voltmeter and we're going to see if there's voltage between.
I sure hope this works. I really hope it does.
So there should be 0 volts between these connectors. And this being the last part of the circuit, I have the big red button pushed down, which is off, and I have the Anderson connector disconnected, so it should be 0, and it is. So these are the screws to hold that battery tray, or the charger tray.
Charger tray, wherever they threw that.
Yep. Nope. No tools in the battery box. Am I going the right way? No. You want the top of the screw. This is house wire. This is not car wire. So car wire has lots of fine strands in it. This only has a few strands. So this will fatigue and break vibration. Shouldn't have electricity.
But who knows with this wire?
Because we're troubleshooting, we don't really know what we're getting ourselves into.
Is the programming unit just like our computers?
Yes. I mean, it was originally designed to run on a Palm Pilot, but they don't make those anymore. So this is reverse input, is this blue wire. Okay, let's start with removing the house wiring. Then you're going to Yeah, that's what communicates between the hairball and the power box. Fixing my main contactor connections. But before I do, to get myself nice and safe, I'm going to verify that I don't have any voltage in here.
And it should be off because we have the thing up.
The thing up.
The big red button is what he's talking about.
Yeah, the big red button up is actually on.
On, because down is.
So you can push down on the button to make sure that it's down. The idea is that if the car ever has a problem, you're going to panic and push that button down. So nobody's going to panic and pull a button up.
Nope. No one's ever yelled, pull the button.
So I'm going to check my computer. I've got no voltage there. No voltage there. Good. Good. Okay. She's safe.
Are you gonna label all the wires?
Yep.
Awesome. I think anyone working on this in the future will thank you gladly.
That's the point. So always do yourself a favor. Doesn't matter if it's this or something else. Those two will go into here eventually. So what this does is there's a resistor inside, and it's a pre-charge resistor that charges all of the capacitors inside of this box, so that when the contactor closes, it isn't having to fill capacitors real fast, so it keeps the contactors from arcing when they close. The others, and Sparrows with other, or electric cars with other types of controllers, there's a resistor that goes across here, and if you have the key off, that resistor is permanently connected, and so it's always keeping your capacitors charged up, so that when you come in to turn the key back on, it just works. So this is the hot side of the contactor. So when the big red button is up, this side will be energized, but this side will be dead until the controller is happy and you hit the start side of the key. That's when it will close the contactor. When the red button is up, we want this wire to be energized. And this wire is the positive terminal for the DC to DC converter. It's two greens. So it's right here, right? Double green. One green goes to this screw that's touching a lot of other things. And the other green is going here. 156 plus 156 minus 12 plus oh, that goes backwards. So it's minus and that's plus. So then these wires here, you can jumper between certain ones and it'll adjust the voltage. Oh no, it's this wire over here. It adjusts the voltage up and down. A handful of percent, put two resistors in here, you put a resistor value across here. Tells the controller to boost the output, boost the voltage a little bit. So it'll put out 14 volts instead of 12 or something. Trying to figure out what's still here, what needs to be fixed, what can be fixed. can't be fixed.
I can work some movie magic, so. But a few hours for us can be a 30-second clip for them.
So I'm taking the DC to DC converter out so I can get to the wires behind it. Alright, so this is the speed sensor. This is a Hall effect sensor here. It probably goes to this. White is the motor speed in 1, but there's, and then I've got a signal ground. Alright, so that's my motor speed signal. How is it doing that? Where's it getting that data from? Oh, that's coming from the motor itself. Okay. So there's a encoder on the end of the motor, and that's what that's doing here. We're gonna, holy shit, we're gonna get rid of this. Motor speed signal ground.
Yeah, my grandma used to have like a cheaper one of these, but I would use it all the time, and she'd get mad. She's like, "It's expensive to use it all the time." Like, I would just label everything.
Oh yeah.
I was like 8, so it was like, come on.
Oh.
I was having fun.
My grandfather used to do the same thing to me. Speed signal 1, and then it's going to be accessory plus 24 out.
Are we just gonna go through and label all the wires right now?
So crimping these, there's one for insulated and there's one for non-insulated. I always do the non-insulated because it actually stabs through and crushes the wires. These fancy thermal heat shrink butt places that I've been wanting to try for ever.
Good excuse to use them now.
Yeah.
So what makes these connectors special?
These connectors are special because they have a little dab of solder inside, and they have so when you heat shrink them, the solder melts, it solders the wires together, and then it shrinks down around it and seals them from water.
Oh wow.
You see how they're now together with the metal ring in the middle?
There we go. Yeah.
Now I'll heat shrink it. And we'll see what happens. Check that out. Signal's gonna be blue.
So this day was all focused on all the wiring throughout the car, making sure everything was hooked up properly, and we spent about 12 hours on Saturday when he came up, and spent about 21 hours total just getting this working, and oh my goodness, what a day. What a day it was, as you'll see.
Now make me a throttle potentiometer. So throttle pot.
So the potentiometer is in the Zilla, or is it?
It's the silver box under the front hood.
Okay.
That's the throttle, you know.
The throttle.
Yeah.
And then the Zilla is just saying what it's rated for. Then
It's measuring what the resistance on that potentiometer is. And then as the resistance goes up, the Zilla increases the power. These two buggers do the same thing.
Can't we get rid of one though?
Maybe, but this might not start unless it gets that start signal. And the controller in the front might not start unless it gets that momentary start signal. So the risk here is that it won't start up. So the other wire that does the start signal probably went to that. It goes to that enable relay, and then the enable relay sends a signal back to here that goes into the key switch. But on the hairball wiring diagram, it says I need both a key input signal and a start input signal, which means we might have to pull a wire through the whole car to get that start signal.
And if it doesn't wake up,
I don't know what to do then. Why do you think like that?
I know it's been hard to be a partner with this guy sometimes. It's like, oh, this is a worst case scenario. Let's just go with that. Like, come on, man, have some positivity in your life, man. Have some optimism. I'm trying to graduate. I want to think that we're gonna graduate. You know, damn, I'm stuck here for another 3 years.
He is stuck here.
I know that was exactly the.
He's moved here.
Yeah, I settled down already.
I'm trying to make a business here too.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
The catalyzed business that we came up with.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can get anywhere. If I can't, so be it.
We're gonna see if the fire comes out.
Should I grab the fire extinguisher?
Here, it's right behind you.
Yeah.
You're fine. Just leave it in there.
Okay. I don't want to scare John.
If I catch on fire, I don't have to go to class tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow's Sunday. I really hope you don't have to go to class.
So I'll push it down or up?
No, put your foot on the brake.
Brake?
That's the
That's
gas.
Brake.
Jesus. Okay, now pull up on the big red button. 173 volts, okay.
That is.
Push down on the big red button.
Check again.
It's 0. Okay. Red to red, black to black. Okay. Now, everybody stand back.
Okay. Except for John, stay in. Oh, we got lights in the back. The rear light is on. It's blinking.
So that means our 12 volt DC converter works.
Okay.
Main contactor is off.
That's a good sign.
Was that a good sign?
It hasn't done any chunks yet.
It's mad at me. I'm not wearing my seatbelt and the door's open. So you know those sensors work.
So that ignition light popped on. The controller has
A new light error. Okay, good. She's mostly alive.
Yeah, I'm just glad that when it turned the ignition, it said ignition on. That made me feel good because wired it properly.
Oh, yeah. That's the enable relay closing.
It didn't take off. Or
Oh,
the
I know
brakes.
what it is.
Yeah. Oh. There was no data going to the.
No brains.
All right. Start. Take 2, right?
Foot on the brakes.
Yeah.
The left one.
Okay, big
I
red,
haven't been.
big red button up. Okay, now wait.
Error. Yeah.
You guys are something else.
What, we put them in backwards?
You didn't lock him in. You just pushed him in until they stopped. That's alright. We got it. It's working now. Can you hit the button on the floor? Yeah. There's the floor.
The little button on the left side of the.
Yep.
Oh, it turned on.
Okay. Headlights.
Do it again, John. Do it right, and then. And I want to get at the front. Cool. I'm just surprised it worked. Like the DC. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, the DC to DC converter does.
Yeah.
The Zilla isn't charging, and it isn't turning the main contactor on. It's doing everything except enabling itself. Just fine. It's kind of torn apart at the moment, so can't really fault it too much. It's been a big day for it.
Yeah, it has.
Let's give it hasn't run in many years. It's got stage fright.
I just don't think you realize how scared I was about the key fob. Or the key. You know, it was just like, if that just wasn't right, then we would tear the entire dash apart. It was like, no one do it. But like, we had to.
You did good.
Oh. I got a little bit of that dry mouth and anxiety.
I was worried about the capacitors blowing out of the side of the box. At least they let the smoke out.
Yeah, and I was standing right here, so yeah, that would have been. Glad it didn't.
Would have woken you up.
Yeah. Little shrapnel, maybe. Tony Stark, you know, get a little electromagnet going.
There you go. How'd that work out for him?
Yeah, pretty well. Just.
Not really.
Oh, gotta be a superhero.
Yeah.
And poison himself.
But he also did figure out how to be a human at the same time.
I just went to college to do it.
Okay, can you make me a label that says key on and one that says start?
Key on. Start.
Both of those.
Yeah, we'll worry about it tomorrow.
Take 3 of turning this thing on.
Yeah.
Is that actually?
Free charging. Main contactor on.
Lights turned on.
Let's go.
You see any smoke?
No.
Okay. It's ready to drive.
It is?
I think so.
Oh my god. Yes.
Why don't you go clear a path to the door?
Alright. I was so excited to clear a path for this car. As I said before, we spent 21 hours that weekend when Ryan came up. And just getting that car working for the first time, just listen to my voice coming up here. Oh my god. He's clear.
Okay, you got this.
For some reason, I thought I could like push it in though. But no.
Oh, reverse light does work. Oh. Cleared. Oh, yes! Does it break though? That's what I'm worried about.
I got 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
But it's still pretty good for
Oh. Oh. Oh, he's taking it. He's just taking it.
He failed because he can't show it at Ideal Fest.
Oh my goodness. Yes! Oh, yes! Well, how's she feel?
She's slow because the motor's cold.
That was slow, that. This is so awesome.
And then we'll get the water working.
Hey, it's perfectly air cooled right now, right?
You know this is historic for OYT? That thing hasn't ran in like
15 years.
Yeah, 50 years.
Bro, we were in elementary school last time that thing ran.
That is awesome.
Oh my god, what a beautiful shot that was. Where'd he go? You can say that again.
I got some adjustments to make, a couple of things to button up. It's good.
We get to graduate.
The extra time, yeah. We got the extra time.
Look, he thought he was gonna hit me for a second.
It's fine, it's for the camera. It's for the
Cameraman never dies.
Yeah, the cameraman never dies.
You're having a lot of fun, I can tell.
this is the next morning. We didn't stop because we still had some things that we had to clean up, such as the shop itself, a couple things on the car, like I had to tighten the voltmeter, I had to tighten the steering column as it was pretty loose. Ryan was working on some of the wire management. John was working on things around the shop. It was just a nice cleanup day, get everything just sparkling, beautiful. And it was insane to see the car not in its spot.
We look to see if there's any leaks that are obvious. We're gonna fill it up there, make sure all the leaks or any parts that could leak up there are addressed before we put more water in. See any leaks up there?
No.
No moisture, no wetness.
Here we were seeing if the water pump worked, and I was inside just turning it on and off, on and off, on and off, and it did work, so that was nice. Yeah, you have at least over half a foot.
So I think pretty close.
What?
Enough room for every parker right here, you know?
Oh, you're just saying bring it here?
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, we have space for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, especially until they move that.
Self-driving.
We did it, guys. We did the self-driving.
Alright. It is recording, so. Okay.
It's second test drive.
Ooh, a little nervous, but nothing to be afraid of. Okay. So,
Okay, big red button up.
big red button is up.
Hold it up. Okay, good.
Okay.
Turn the key to on.
Okay.
Let the speedometer quit swinging.
Okay.
Now turn it to foot on the brake.
Front on brake.
Turn it to start. Okay, let it go. Okay. Now the forward reverse switch is there. Turn it to forward.
Okay.
Okay, now it's super touchy. So take your foot off the brake and watch out for my car.
Whoa.
And there it goes into the wall. No. Nice, look at that.
God, this is really touchy. You were right.
I still can't believe we got that running.
You little thing.
Yep.
I gotta let it rip in the parking lots over there.
Okay, hang on a second.
Oh. Or not.
Something loose.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's gone.
John's first time driving the car.
Big red button up. Wait for things to kind of stabilize. Okay. Key to on. Key to start. All the way, just like you're starting a car. Okay. Good. Your pump come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Handbrake off.
Handbrake off. Yep. Oh no, is it off already?
No, I put it up.
put it up?
No.
Up is on, down is
Make it
off.
go down. I put it up.
Oh, okay.
I put it up.
And you always have to park it with the handbrake because there's no parking spot.
Oh, okay.
Because it just rolls.
Someone just takes it away. Bye, guys.
It'll roll out of a parking spot. It'll roll everywhere because it's like take your foot off the brake. It's just heading for the windows.
Okay, put the foot on brake, please.
All right. Okay, your turn indicators are on, so
Actually, the hazards are.
your hazards are on. Okay.
Now your left blinker's on.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay, so turn the blinkers off. Put it in forward. Okay, gently press the throttle. And then learn what the brakes feel like and what the throttle feels like.
Just go slow. Speed of the footage makes it look like he's going really fast.
Yeah, we're in an enclosed space.
Crank it, crank it.
Go ahead, do it again.
Go have some fun with it. I was so happy that the motor just worked. You know, after all this time, you know, you never know. It's the OIT Grand Prix. All right, John.
Handbrake.
Okay, push the button down.
Yes.
Handbrake.
Handbrake.
Key off. Just leave the button up because I'm going to drive.
Okay.
How do you feel after your first drive?
Pretty good, pretty good. I noticed the speed manometer's not doing anything.
Okay. It's because it's disconnected in the back.
Yeah. Oh, there. That makes sense.
Be back in a bit.
Today is May 18th and we are done with the car. We have the keys, good. That was our first issue when we got in here. But, okay, so, you're gonna be driving it. Need everyone to pay attention on this one. This, so big red button. If it is down, no power to the system. So, when you're going to drive it, first thing you do will be pull it up, foot on the brake, put the handbrake down, and then turn it on, give it a few seconds, and then ignition. So because you have to charge the capacitors first or you know, anything blow. And then foot on the brake the whole time, and then once it's on, then put it in forward and have some fun,
If you got big feet like me, you can hit both at the same time. Don't do it because it's very
And barely touch it. It's
very touchy.
It's pretty zippy, huh?
And
Alright.
yeah, well, the throttle is stronger than the brake. Let's just say that. So try and keep your toes on the brake, not both. Okay, so seat belt. This is a car. Well, it's actually a motorcycle technically, but
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
3 wheels.
Makes sense.
That's how they get away with not
Handbrake
doing any
now.
Yeah.
safety features.
button engaged. All right, good. There is power. Thank God. On. Let the thing flick. Go all the way through. All right. Throttle on. Put it in forward.
We have it on hazard lights.
Dude, that's so cool.
We have to let people know. We're in a courtyard. Oh, be careful. Ugh.
That's awesome.
I saw it start turning this. Oh God, please don't.
It's not very top heavy though. Right?
Yeah. It should be stable for the most part,
Yeah.
but it is a 3-wheeler, so you gotta.
There's a little bit more.
Yeah.
That back wheel comes off the grass.
Yeah, we were driving all over the parking lot this last weekend, so.
So who wants to go first?
So do you have to turn it like complete all the way off every time you get up and out of it?
I am doing that for safety, so yes.
Good call.
And now you're good.
All right.
Have some fun.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, it's touchy. It's touchy. Be careful. Don't break our car. I didn't realize the hazards were on. Yeah. Most it's up to so far was 40. So.
Really? That's pretty. I thought.
Oh, not there. Not right there.
No, but still, just I guess my guess would have been 25 or 30.
Call it a day.
You gotta.
So could you drive this in town like right now?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Not right now. Like you.
not
could get
this
it,
second.
but, like,
Legally, if we up the motor.
Oh.
If we up the motor to more higher.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna be giggling.
Yeah, I know.
Child when I'm-
Dude, you should hear. You'll
I
hear
can't
it on
imagine
video.
you guys when you first got it going.
Dude.
Your first test drive, I would have been
The
casting.
adrenaline shake I had.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, I was so excited, dude.
Forward.
Should be. Yep. I have no idea how to get the hazards off. I'm not gonna lie.
They look good on there.
Oh yeah, but I think it should be on for this anyway. So.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like that would be a good testing ground.
Yeah. Hey, do another lap. Do another lap. Come on. Yeah, we got the. Yeah, come on.
I like how that thing sounds like it's gonna fall apart in like 2 seconds.
It will not. I made sure of that.
Just the noises it makes does though.
Hey, those are brand new wheels.
That's so cool.
All right, bro.
Professor, you want to try it?
Yeah, I mean, Wesley, you don't trust us? Oh, come on. Come on. You said we had to get the car working.
Do it to let someone record me because I don't think anyone recorded.
Yeah,
I mean, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I'm recording you right now, actually, so say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, if any future employers see this, please hire these people.
And these people, they got a car.
Yeah.
All right, let's head out there. If you're not hopping in, you're not hopping in. All right, then we're heading out there, and I'm ripping this thing. I just felt that thing max out. I'm like, hey, pretty good demo, right?
Yeah.
So bad.
only I could drive this thing around school. All right, now that we got the LED installed, that we are going. What the f am I saying? Thank you so much for watching. That was my senior project, and I really hope you enjoyed. Now I want to go into some of just the extra bits that we had, where we have our level block diagram with our source to our different controller and converters with the throttle input to the motor, and from here we have that, and then another few PDFs that we have in which we have the diagram for the Zilla itself with the Sparrow indications onto it, and then as well from that we have a closer up so you can see all the different outputs much closer. As you can see in the video, they line up pretty well, and they're also labeled on the car if you need that, and if you're someone working on it. But if you're not working on it and you don't know all the spots, that is what we were doing, was these inputs here. And then this is actually for a Sparrow Jelly Bean, but we kind of based some of the wiring off of it to figure out which wire was what, as we were kind of confused on a couple of them, but we did figure it out eventually, and it works, as you saw. So we did do it right in the end. And this here being the battery layout in a much basic drawing, but it is still correct, as you can see in the video, where we had 1, 2, and 3, 4 with the connection over to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then back over to the underside. And then for our own personal project, we have to show that we use IEEE standards within the car. So here is a few active ones that we have here. I'm not going to read them all out because that would be a lot, and you probably don't want to be here any longer than you have to be. So here's some of our active ones for the car that we actively used. And then some of the passive ones would be components that already used IEEE that we didn't personally went out of our way to use, as they've already implemented them in their design. So here's a couple of those with the controller and the motor. So thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. I don't know if there's gonna be another car documentary, but I will have another documentary hopefully sometime mid-July for my Netherlands trip. So look out for that if you are very enjoying of me, I guess. So thank you so much for watching, and really hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.